All right, so in the last video, I introduced the new Bixpy Versa Rudder, the universal rudder that they now have out. So I wanted to show you the beginning process, and it's extremely simple to get this particular piece and the rest of the rudder attached to your kayak. In my case, I'm going to be demonstrating it on the FeelFree Lure 11.5 V2. And, you know, I already have my rudder lines for my foot controlled steering already set up, and I'm just going to be going over the installation process for this using the V-arm adapter. So when you get your kit, you're going to get your rudder, and if you chose to get the V-arm adapter with that, you've got this piece here, and it's similar to the V-arm adapter that, you know, Bixpy has had before. And what we're going to do is we're going to take out the zip tie and the bolt. And we're not going to really need that right now. So as you can see here, you've got a nut in there, and then you've got the bolt that is on the bottom. So I am just going to loosen that up because I am taking that completely off right now. And just set it aside because you're going to need it. Now with this piece, that's for your zip tie. And really all that's for is just to hold it on. Zip tie it, and then you are going to line up. Knocked my lock nut out. I'll just put that back in here. Hold that. And that's how it's going to go. And then you're going to take your zip tie and just tighten it up. And like I said, that's essentially just to hold it on while you're getting the rest of this stuff done. See, it's not coming off anywhere. But then this bolt that I took off originally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back underneath here, make sure that that is all lined up. Leave that little washer you have on there and tighten that up. Then you're going to take your Allen key and then just tighten this up. And then of course what you can do is come back and cut this off. I'm not going to worry about cutting it off right now just because I don't have any scissors. But then from there, you'll see that when it's sitting on the back of your kayak, it's going to be sitting like that. And then your attachment points for your rudder are going to fit right there. And it's going to steer just like it would anywhere else. So I'm going to move the Allen key, and I'm going to get, actually, come with me over this way, and I will show you. All right, so now that we're at the back of the kayak, what we're going to do is going to take this pin off that holds it, and then this little spacer. And in my case, the FeelFree rudder spot on the back, it has, you know, a plastic, I guess a bushing, or just kind of your adapter piece there, and it's going to fit directly in without any issues. There's no play. It's solid. So after that's in, I'm going to take the washer, put that on the bottom, and then I'm going to find this rudder hole pin and put that in. And that's just essentially so it can't come out. Now with what I already have, and I'm going to have to do something slightly different. And everyone's probably going to be different with their particular kayak setup. Interesting enough, I'm using some clips that came for some weights, actually. It's just the easiest way for me to take, you know, my previous rudders on and off, and, you know, without having to change my hardware too much. So in my case, I'm going to do something more than, you know, just do that. But I use the foot steering within the FeelFree kayak. So I'll just demonstrate it right here. I'll put those on, and as you can see, there's your attachment points. This is what would always stay on the kayak itself. This is the only thing that you can take off if you have your Bixpy motor on the bottom. This quick release pin that I showed in the last video, that's going to be perfect for you. Let me go ahead and put that in really quick, just to show you how easy it is. That's it. That's all you need to do. Bixpy has made it probably, you know, it used to be, for me, it used to be that, you know, you buy something and you have to figure out ways to make it work. In this case, Bixpy has thought through a great deal of, you know, the types of options that are out there, the types of problems that kayak anglers have had, even if you're not even an angler, even if you're just going out and, you know, wanting to use your motor out on the water and wanting to take it off. They've kind of worked through, you know, some of the problems that we've had over the years and developed this. You know, it slides really easy and it goes down as needed. So I don't think we're going to have many issues or any at all with this particular rudder. You slide it up, and when you're ready, you know, the weight of the motor is going to bring that back down, and that's it. And then let's say you're done for the day. What you're going to do is just pull this quick release pin, take your motor out completely, and this is the only thing that stays on the back. You don't have to worry about, you know, your Bixpy motor bouncing up and down or possibly breaking the rudder or anything like that. So that, to me, that quick release pin is one of the best things about, you know, this particular mount. And, you know, for now, what you can do, in my case, I could unscrew these pins and then just hook this into those holes that's already built into this V-arm bracket. But for right now, I'll leave it just like that. It's going to function perfectly. So that's the installation on the FeelFree Lure 11.5. And I'll show you, this was the previous generation, the Vibe rudder, which works really well. There's nothing wrong with it. But as you can see, the only way to take the motor off is unscrewing this here. You know, you could take this pin out, but then you'd have to untie your pulley line, which, you know, to some people that may not be that bad. But, you know, this is a little more flexible. You're definitely probably not going to bend this with you know, the types of kayaking we're doing with the motor. So, you know, whether you're using this without the motor or with the motor, you can see how easy it is to install. And this is the, as I mentioned, the FeelFree Lure, but it's going to be a similar installation on so many kayaks out there. It's going to be a great option, and, you know, it's effective. It works, and, you know, right now I don't see any issues. So stay tuned. We're going to get out on the water. We're going to see how well this performs, and we'll go from there. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care.